All right, so this is the full biblical-based diet. I broke it down into 6 sections. Why eat this diet, the structure of this diet, why these foods are important, what to buy and not to buy, how it will transform your life, and also threw in some additional tips. This video is a full guide on how to transform your health and looks through the foods you eat. If you're not serious about it, this video is not for you. So make sure to stay until the end. I saved the best for the last. All right, so first, we have why eat this diet. This is what we are intended to eat. We are not intended to eat chemicals, processed foods, enriched foods, etc. These also contain the micro and macronutrients that you need to perform optimally. Average person's performing on like 40-50% of what they're capable of. For the structure, we have 4 main foods. It's going to be red meats primarily, raw dairy, eggs, and also fruits. You're going to want to eat 100% clean, no cheat meals, or 80-20 split, 80% clean, 20% unclean. I think cheat meals are 100% cope. Diet affects your hormones. It affects how you feel, your mood, etc. Also affects your gut microbiome, which correlates to your skin, your brain health, energy, how you live day to day, and is definitely crucial. Some other foods that are great: you're going to want to eat honey, maple syrup, fermented foods like sourdough. Sourdough is good. Also, sauerkraut is great for you. And organs. Organs is a big deal. I will add it in a little section later. Also, salt. They tell you that salt is bad, but salt is actually very crucial for your health. These are the 4 foods right here. Steak. The more you cook it, the less nutrients there are because you're essentially removing all of the nutrients. Also, egg yolks, you're going to want to cook the whites because they contain avidin when it's raw. You're going to want to eat the egg yolks raw, which are great because that's more nutrients. Nutrients are mostly held in the yolks, whites not so much. What to cook with? You're not going to want to cook with olive oil. Olive oil is great cold, but it has a low smoking point. So when you heat it past that point, it essentially turns into a seed oil, and you do not want to be eating those. Coconut oil is great. Beef tallow, amazing. Raw butter, grass-fed is good, but ideally you're going to want to eat raw. And also ghee is great. I have 2 verses right here. We got Proverbs 24:13. Eat honey, for it is good. Honey is good. It says it right here. Proverbs 25:16. If you find honey, eat just enough, for too much of it, and you will vomit. So honey, you can overeat honey. Next up, we have why these foods. Red meats. It contains all the essential amino acids, so omega-3 fatty acids, which correlates bone density. The average person has way too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s. So omega-3s is the good fatty acids. Omega-6s are found in seed oils and all that junk. So average person, omega-6s way too much. You want to up your omega-3s. Raw dairy, I'll get to that in a second. Eggs, cholesterol equals testosterone. Fruits. It restores your glycogen, instantly boosts energy, also boosts your thyroid, and natural sugars are not bad. Everybody says fruit is bad. Fruit contains natural sugars. It doesn't contain any chemicalized or processed sugars. Fruits are amazing. You can eat as much as you want of it. This is a little table right here that shows raw milk versus pasteurized milk. You can see in raw milk, all of these nutrients are active, 100% active. In pasteurized milk, this is what happens to everything when they pasteurize it and heat it. It kills majority of the nutrients and enzymes. I also threw in raw liver right here. I believe it's one of the most powerful foods you can eat. Raw liver contains all of these micronutrients here: A, B2, B3, B12, also iron, choline, zinc, and copper, which are amazing. Look into raw liver. I would really push that you guys eat this, especially raw. It contains all the nutrients you want. When you cook it, kills more nutrients. This is what to buy and not to buy. You're going to want to buy whole foods, organic, grass-fed. There's also A2 dairy, pasture-raised. What not to buy? You are not going to want to buy processed chemicals, pasteurized for the milk, just like the table I showed you back there. You're going to want to eat the raw or A2. Also enriched. Enriched is a term that they use where when they process the food, it kills the nutrients, and then they add the nutrients back into the food chemically. So they say enriched. It makes it sound like a good term, but it is actually not at all. These are the main companies who own majority of the market. For example, we have Nestle here, which owns the chocolate. Everybody knows this brand. They own the chocolate bars, all of these right here. They also own skincare, which is crazy. They feed you junk, which affects your skin, and then they sell you skincare products. It's a full cycle that they have you trapped in. You keep consuming junk, and then they'll keep pushing their products for you. Next is going to be non-organic versus organic. This is the big difference why you're going to want to eat organic versus non. When non-organic, they spray it with pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. Essentially, those are chemicals that they're just spraying on your foods. Chemicals equal endocrine disruptors. These chemicals are endocrine disruptors, which ruin the natural hormone balance in your body. Organic, this is animals fed the natural diet. They were not fed any hormones, antibiotics, or GMOs. This is just a little chart I added right here of organic versus non-organic crops. Just pause the video, take a look over this. You can tell it's a huge difference, how it will transform your life. Diet affects your day-to-day, and people really don't realize it. It affects your sleep, your facial structure, and bone density. When you chew tough foods, it will develop your bones. When you chew soft foods, you're not using the muscles in your face. Also, your energy and mood. That's why a lot of people had brain fog. They're feeding themselves junk. Their brain can't perform optimally. Additional tips, you're going to want to use use stainless steel pans, non-sticks, or Teflon. Those are the forever chemicals that everybody talks about. When you use this and you scrape the pan with the spoon, it scratches off the chemicals and the Teflon and it gets into your food. Essentially, you're eating it. You're going to want to use wooden cooking utensils, no plastic or rubber or anything. Also, you're going to want to store your foods in glass, no plastic Tupperwares. Wooden cutting boards are amazing. RO water filters. This is reverse osmosis, which essentially takes out all of the fluoride and all of the chemicals they add into your tap water. Also, spring water is amazing. If you can, do spring water. Fasting is a big deal. It's actually talked about in the Bible. Anything under 24 hours, your body's going to be stressed out. So if you're fasting, do 24 hours plus. And for this, consistency is definitely key. It does not happen overnight, but I guarantee you if you do this for a few months straight, you will 100% notice a difference. You're either going to pay the farmer now. Everybody says organic food's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. It's easier to either pay the farmer now or you're going to end up paying the doctor later. That's why you see so many old people with dementia and all these health problems and joint problems. They eat junk. It reflects on your life. I can guarantee that. Matthew 4:4, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but on every word that comes out of the mouth of God. So this is the summary of the biblical-based diet guide. I guarantee if you follow this, you will see results. This is not a week or two thing. You are going to want to stick to this the rest of your life.